Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back for another BoshNRoll video. Today I'm playing Legacy, and this is from Patreon subscriber King of the Depths. And King of the Depths has me playing Boros Winota. Winota, Joiner of Forces, if you aren't a Standard or Pioneer player. This card actually got banned in some number of formats. I don't know if it was ever banned in actual Standard or just best of one or something. Cards got banned out of this deck for sure. This was a powerhouse when I was testing for the Standard Pro Tour last year. Winota, Joiner of Forces. Let's read this card. 4 mana 4/4, 2 red-white. Human Warrior. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. So what Winota asks you to do is attack with non-humans and then pay off with humans. So you need to build your deck with a bunch of low-cost non-humans, especially cards that represent more than one non-human attacker, on the curve up into 4 mana, which is where we get the perfect Goblin Rabblemaster Legion War Boss setup. If you have a turn 1 or turn 2 Goblin Rabblemaster, it'll make a Goblin right away, and then you can attack with that Goblin. On the next turn, it'll make another Goblin, and if you curve into Winota, you get 3 Winota triggers, so you get to look at the top 18 cards of your deck and put up to 3 humans you find into play. The human payoffs are, the big one is Andgrass Marauders. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player deals double that damage instead, game ends real quick when this card comes into play. It's a 7-drop. Should be game ending when it shows up. Seasoned Pyromancer, keep the cards flowing. A couple little Thalia action just to keep your human density up. You can also hit additional Winotas, and although she is a legendary creature, the one that comes into play is tapped, attacking, and indestructible. So if you just cast Winota, attack with a Goblin, you can cheese an extra 4 damage by putting another Winota in. And that's how Winota works. This deck has been built into a red Stompy shell. You got Trinisphere, the City of Traders Ancient Tomb, Chalice of the Void, Blood Sun, which I like a lot. This deck doesn't make sense for Blood Moon because you're trying to cast a white card. Your Cavern of Souls is pretty important. But Blood Sun is actually really harmful against decks that are trying to use fetch lands to their advantage, which is a lot of decks, basically. Blood Moon turns fetch lands into a mountain. Blood Sun turns them into nothing. So Blood Sun, extremely powerful. Also removes the ability from City of Traders that when another land comes into play, you sack it, so you just keep your city forever. This is a pretty cool package, and we're basically going to be trying to get just enough disruption to turn some creatures sideways with Winota once. And then the game should end when those triggers happen. Sideboard, some more humans, some big Eldrazi for disruption, some graveyard hate, just some normal stuff you'd expect. The plan doesn't really change. Small amount of disruption, crush with Winota. And that's the plan. Let's get into this. I'm on the draw in the first round. This hand is kind of medium. I'm never casting the Seasoned Pyromancer. I can have an uncountable Rabblemaster on 2. But does that actually do anything? I think I can do better than this. I've done worse than that. It's okay. We're playing red Stompy. 5 cards can get the game done. This one has a turn 1 Blood Sun. I'm going to keep this. But Andgrass Marauders and the redundant... Nope, I need the Blood Sun, don't I? Maybe I have to put the Plateau on the bottom, because I need a red card to pitch to the Chrome Mox. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Plateau. Obviously, this hand would be better if I got to keep my Plateau, but welcome to mulling to 5. Oh, nice. All right, so now I'm set up for when I draw Winota. I'm going to go for the Blood Sun first, though. Like just jamming this creature straight into Swords to Plowshares when I could get my Disruptive Elements online. I really want the City of Traders to turn off. Blood Sun is also a cantrip for some reason, So all of those are good reasons to lead on Blood Sun. Are we in there? Oh, Force Negation. All right. Gonna have to cast my Rabblemaster next turn. Ponder. My opponent's deck is foil, so they must be serious. Ooh, seriously missing land drops, more like. I'm gonna go with the Rabblemaster here. I'm gonna keep my city in play. Hope they don't have days. All right, cool. Getting in there at least a little bit. There's some world where they may have stacked a Terminus, but it certainly seems like... Okay, found the land. Bummer. Time to draw Winota, though. I do have 2 goblins in play, so even if they kill one of them, Winota can ranch. They had the plow. Glad I didn't lead on Rabblemaster originally. Now we're in trouble. That first wave didn't work out, and now we're just kind of hurting. But Spirit Guide's interesting. Now if I draw Winota, I can still cast her and get a trigger. They found lands at this point. Just runner lands off the top after they didn't find any for a turn. Oh, Badlands is in this deck too? What is happening? Leon of the Last Hope. Don't think I'm beating that one. They are down to 2 cards in hand. They don't have any creatures to rebuy right now. That's not the human I wanted. I can cast Simian Spirit Guide, but I don't think it does anything. It just gets blanked by Liliana for a while, and then we lose. Baleful Strix from them. So they appear to be some sort of Esper deck, but also red cards. All right, well, here's this. I'm going to play the Rabblemaster. I don't have a lot of faith in it at this point, but I need to be ahead at least a little bit. Like, I need at least a creature in play. All right, of course I will. Nope, we're dead. All to 5 on the draw. No bueno. They did brainstorm to find that Force of Negation on my Blood Sun, so I think if we're on the play, they don't get to brainstorm and things are a little different. But obviously, if things were different, they wouldn't be the same. This looks like a deck that's soft to Magus of the Moon. I didn't see a single basic. I don't think I want Scab Clan Berserker. Thought-Knot Seers, whatever. The Magi come in. I want all of my prison stuff on the play, like the Chalice and the Trinisphere kind of stuff. Blood Sun might not be as important when I'm bringing in Magus, which is probably, or at least appears more effective in this particular matchup. I don't think I want to go into Thought-Knot Seer. Like, I think I would want to shave Angrass Marauders for Thought-Knot Seers, or I would cut Blood Suns for it. I'm going to submit this deck with just those 2 changes. Blood Sun also turns off Caracas, which is a pretty big deal when you're trying to have a legendary 4-drop in play. On the play, I have a turn 2 Rabblemaster. I'm going to keep this. This can curve Goblin into Winota. I'm just going to pass without playing the Chrome Mox. There's no reason to do that right now. Ancient Tomb. I can play that without even giving up a card to the Chrome Mox. Fetching in response to Rabblemaster. Brainstorm. Okay. Please don't find Force of Will. They just turn themselves off of Swords to Plowshares. Alright. Pretty good chance we're going to do Winota stuff this game. I have 2 creatures in play and Cavern. That's crazy. This, like, main phase. Like, they could at least wait until I'm trying to move into combat. I think they will regret that. Cavern on human. Here she comes. Get at least 1 in here. I could have taken a turn off to get Chalice into play, but I don't think that's the line. Okay, backup Winota and Angrass Marauders. Obviously Marauders is the play here. Just taking 10 right now. Warboss does make haste goblins, so I can go Chalice on 1 and then Warboss. I'm not sure they can beat my board, much less my follow-up here. Can even save 2 life here by Chalice on 1 off of the city. Snap Plow. Okay, got it. They went after Winota. I wonder if, like, going after Marauders and taking your chances against Winota might actually be the better play. Here comes some more damage. Did have another Force. They're running out of juice, though, and I'm going to reload next turn with an uncounterable Seasoned Pyromancer. Have to block Marauders or they're dead. They're taking 2 anyway, going to 5. If they do have, like, Supreme Verdict or Terminus, they can still win this game. Turning off Plows is a huge deal, though. This is really good Chalice. Prismatic Ending cannot get my Marauders ever. There are not 7 colors in Magic. Opponent came to the same conclusion. Nice. All right, we saw basic lands that game. I'm back off of Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon. Not where I want to be. Do I want to be in Thought-Knot Seer Town, or do I want Blood Suns back? Thought-Knot Seer is not great. It's, like, fine. It doesn't fit the curve particularly well. But I think I want to be jamming 3 drops. Really didn't see anything worth revoking. But Scab Clan Marauder is a cool card, but we saw Strix in game 1. Makes me a little suspicious about that. I don't think I'm going to want to Confluence this opponent. I'll bring in 1 Thought-Knot Seer, just as another beefy thing that might be able to win a game on its own. I don't want to commit to the full Thought-Knot Seer plan. It's not like a combo deck where you really got to do that. Okay, I have a turn 1 Chalice, and then turn 2 Warboss. He's in Pyromancer. Okay. If I play Battlefield Forge, I think I want to exile the Blood Sun. Like, I could exile one of these threats and try to curve into Blood Sun, but I think that that's not the way. I'd rather just jam threats on the board for the rest of the game. There, we got a 2-for-1 out of that. They pitched a Force of Will. 3-ball. Oh yeah. I think I want a 3-ball. Just take the time to try to squeeze them out, constrict their options. They're a cantrip deck. Even if they do have a third land so they can play a spell a turn, like, I don't want them to be able to like brainstorm into Swords to Plowshares and like really manipulate me. They'll never be able to Snapcast or anything with a Trinisphere in play. They're doing something here. Hope it's just Baleful Strix. Plague Engineer on Goblin, I'm sure. Well, that makes my decisions this turn pretty easy. Yep, Goblin. Angrass Marauders. I can play Seasoned Pyromancer discarding the Cavern and Marauders and keep War Boss, but I don't think I need to do that. I'm just going to get my Cavern on Human in. I'm never casting Marauders, and War Boss just got pretty bad, so I don't mind discarding these cards. I get Elementals out of the deal. Winota off the top is terrifying here. For them. It's great for me. Cloud that, sure. Uh-oh. I have a Trinisphere in play, and I'm about to try to cast Chalice on one. Magic Online has problems with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And maybe I'm just going to Thought Knots here, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just see what you got over there. What's left in the tank? Plow and Ponder. I'm going to take the Plow. Yeah, maybe I should have played that Chalice. Comes a 3-mana Ponder. This is what I was talking about. Like, this is where the Trinisphere really shines. It's not about locking them out of playing any spell. It's about locking them out of double spells. If I draw Winota, I get 3 triggers immediately. Rabble Daddy. Okay, I'm going to try to cast the Chalice of the Void. Figure out if we can do this. Okay, I had to do a bunch of weird clicking. There's like adjust and other weird shit that happens. I don't know. I'm going to attack with Thought Knot Seer because, like, I have 2 choices here. I can try to clear the Plague Engineer, or I can just wait until I draw Winota. I'm going to attack with everything, actually. This looks like I'm just sort of shoving for damage. I'm not sure why they're fetching right now. They can't cast any spells. Oh, maybe because they're about to draw a card if they want to trade with Thought Knot. Okay, they don't. I think I should put Rabblemaster into play. Like, my mana's not getting any cheaper. Maybe it never does anything. Maybe it's great. If I draw Winota, it's just another way to trigger it. Winota. Back of Trinisphere is not really what I want. I'm going to keep getting in with Thought Knot. Eventually, they're going to have to do something about it. I put it in to be a giant beefer. I'll play the backup 3-ball in case they answer the first one. Looks like they just are doing nothing again. They haven't spent any mana the last 2 turns. Thalia is pretty dope. Thalia can attack into the Plague Engineer with her first strike. About time to trade off with this, but they still haven't done it. My Cavern is on Human, so Thalia is good to go. There she is. She's probably redundant with the Trinispheres. Like, the Thalia tax applies first, then Trinisphere asks if it costs 3. Like, it's not like a 1-drop costs 4 now. But it is a powerful thing to attack through. Okay. They did have a disenchant. The 1-drops are unlocked, but they can still only cast one of them. Oh yeah, that 3-mana Brainstorm. So they need like land and Swords to Plowshares here. And that's just to keep treading water. And I'm still drawing to a banger Winota at any point. I play 4 of them, and I'm more than a quarter of the way in the deck, so you owe me one. They did find land number 6. They've unlocked the double spell. Ooh, that's actually real bad. They can name Human and kill Thalia here, or they can name Goblin again and just make sure Rabblemaster doesn't play. They can name Elemental. I do have 4 different creature types in play, so that's nice. All right, Human's been called. Time to draw Winota. Let's go, deck. You owe me one. It's time. Still not a Winota. Now attacking with Thought Knot's a lot worse, because they could just trade the Human one, draw a card. Yeah, I think I have to pass the turn here. Shit, I think they are stable. Depends on how well they're following this up. Another 3-mana Ponder. They did not shuffle their library. That's terrifying. Baleful Strix, that's pretty good. It still doesn't beat Winota if I find her. Chalice of the Void, happy to see that. 1, 2, 3. Figure out how to cast this again. So I put 3 mana into it. Click Adjust. X is 1. Okay. X is currently what? Alright, cancel. Try again. I'll pay 2 for my Chalice. Right, X is currently 1. Adjust. You must pay at least 3. X is 1. Okay. And then tap the additional mana. X is currently 1. And then press done. Okay. Jesus. What a nightmare. Well, at least their 1-drops are off again. Just waiting for that Winota to show up. My queen. My mighty goddess. Oh, Jesus. Queen Marchese is in their deck? Alright. Well, they're the Monarch now. Now we know why they're red. I think a Winota, 3 Winota triggers still can overpower this board, but this is getting funky. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can cast this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. There's my Marauder. So Elemental token can trade with anything. Like, they do have to block it, but Baleful Strix is a little too easy, I think. Their whole board has Death Touch, though. I'd rather hold this for Winota triggers. Oh, wow. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or a player, including my own Ancient Tomb. So these deal 4 when I tap them now. Gotta watch out for that. I am a player. And we go into the Monarch again. This game is surprisingly dope. Winota, please. Let me just test this. Yep. Deals 4 confirmed. Do I need another one of these in play? At what point do I lose if I keep playing these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could just wait till I draw a mana source, then cast it without taking 8. I could just take 4 instead. I think that's probably what I want to do. If I attack with all my permanents, then they lose all their permanents. That's not true. They can go to 1 and keep whatever their favorite one is. Oh, they appear to be casting a spell anyway. They're getting like Kolagons commanded. Yikes. Yep. All right. So the second Marauders is discarded. That's fine. They work their way through another Chalice and probably an end-step Brainstorm now that they're free to do it. And they have millions of mana fetch land available. Maybe I should have brought in my Fiery Confluences. It's obviously just straight up lethal right now, but these creatures are difficult to work through. I'm also now 1/3 of the way through my deck without finding a 4 of, so math hates me. Jace the Mind Sculptor. So that can bounce Angrath's Marauder or Thought-Knot Seer. Thought-Knot Seer, they get to draw a card. Marauder, they just don't have to worry about that. Or they could just Fate Seal me off Winota for the rest of the game. That's also reasonable. Mean Spirit Guide, okay. It is a permanent I can put onto the stack. If I attack with Marauders, if I attack with everything, what happens? They have to block it, but they get to keep Marchesa. They can block Elemental with their 3/3, and yeah, that doesn't do enough. Next turn, I can attack for lethal. Oh, no, not anymore. They finally found a plow they can cast. That's 1, 2, and I exiled one of them. That's 3 plows. They are more than halfway through their deck. They've been the Monarch for a while. It's a bad scene here. They let me keep the card this time, which is definitely bad news. Yep, not helpful. That's all 4 plows accounted for. So if I can somehow runner, like if they plus Jace, don't find what they need, I draw Winota, and they can't remove her before combat. Like if my top 2 cards are both Winota, there's a chance. They let me keep the card again. I'm probably going to take one more draw step, then concede. I believe that they are in control at this point. Oh, baby. Yeah. Now they're the double Monarch. They can exile. Okay. I probably would have taken the token, though I guess the token... Okay. That's the reason not to take the token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Well, no blocks. Let's draw Angrath's Marauders and just punish this play. Or Winota. Though I know they've seen the top of my deck. They know what they need to worry about, and it's not this. Okay. I'm ready to concede now. That was a pretty exciting game. I thought we were ahead for a while. Then I thought we were behind. Then we were pretty even for a while. Really did come down to just not finding the namesake card of the deck. GG's though. Next round. I'm on the draw with a turn 1 Trinisphere or Blood Sun against a Yorion deck. I'm going to keep this. It's a little scary because Yorion tends to be Death and Taxes, though it might also be a Lauren. Those are the 2 big Yorion decks. I'd say it's like Death and Taxes by a lot with Yorion behind it. Wood of Foothills is not in either of those decks, though. I wonder if this is my Zoo deck. This is not my Zoo deck. I don't play Mox Diamond. All right. All Mystery is back. I don't know what the hell's going on. This turn 1 Trinisphere just got a whole lot worse. Maybe I should Blood Sun instead. I could just Rabble. Yeah, I'm going to Blood Sun instead. Getting rid of Marauders. It's clearly a deck that cares about mana quite a bit. Prison Reef. Okay. All right, I'm excited about this now. I'm probably about to lose hard, but I am excited about it. Ooh, the Queen. How do I set this up now? I believe I should Ancient Tomb, Rabblemaster, get an attack in. They're about to do some busted shit, so I'm going to try to be more busted. I don't think there's any universe where they block with their Risen Reef here. Let's see if I lose on the spot, or if this is a value deck where Winota can just punch through. Yeah, that Misty Rainforest doesn't have any text. It's just an object in play. Harbinger, so they can stack this so they draw their elemental right away. See if they have a Wismare or something that can kill my Blood Sun, if that's even something they care about. Fury. Oh shit, that's really good. Voice of Resurgence, Jesus. Maybe they don't have a red card for Fury. One-time dealer. Alright, that doesn't count. One-times don't count if you don't actually get it. Yeah, if I could have gotten the Trinisphere in, that obviously would have fixed a lot of this situation. A Cabin of Souls that doesn't get to name anything is in play because of Blood Sun. Just a colorless land. How about a 3-drop? What can I do with that? I have 6 mana, so I could Chalice on 1 and 3-ball. Cost me a bunch of life to do that. I think it's still the play though. Chalice on 1, Trinisphere. Try to slow them down, I guess. They're down to 2 cards in hand. And many of my non-humans have haste, so if I could just put Winota in play, that would stop their aggression at least. But I am taking 5 here. I go to 6. Tap Ancient Tomb. I'm at 4. Winota's in play. Block their biggest thing. Still go to 1. Not looking good. Green Sun Zenith. That's cheating. Another Reef. My goodness. Mountains in play. And take 2 from that. Guess I put my girl into play. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have a way to cast her without taking damage. So I put my girl into play. And then I hope to draw a haste creature. One of my Goblin Lords. His Fury was really good. Disappointing. I'll prioritize Trinisphere in the subsequent games now that I know what's going on. I also win this game on the play every single time. Another Voice of Resurgence. Mox Diamond was also an insane start. It's got ahead of my various blood things. Yeah, they should definitely attack with this creature. I'm not going to block because that just gives them a bigger creature. Unravel something. Bummer. 1, 2, 1, 2. Chalice for 2. Though I am dead on board, so it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe they won't see it. Shh. This is exactly the matchup you'd expect in a Legacy tournament, by the way. 5-color Yorion Elementals versus Winota. They figured it out. Okay. Concede. Okay. Fire Confluence definitely coming in here. Magus the Moon definitely coming in here. I don't think I want Thought Not Seer. So I said that last round and was the one I put in 1 and it was insane. Maybe I do want Thought Not Seer. Trinisphere looks really good. They appear to be a cavern deck, and if I can't shut off the caverns with Blood Sun or Blood Moon, then Chalice looks pretty bad. This is definitely cuttable. I think I do just want 2 Thought Not Seers in here as well. Maximum disruption to their mana base, because I don't think I can beat their cards. I basically have to cheese them. Okay, let's go. Looking for a turn 1 Trinisphere or Blood something. This is a turn 2 War Boss. No disruption of any kind. Oh wait, this is 2 Chrome Moxen. I can turn 1 War Boss, but I lose my Winota. Yeah, that's not an option. I'm going to mulligan this. I'm going to mulligan this too. Okay, here we go. Keep this. Put, I think I want the plains. Maybe I have to get rid of the plains actually. So bottom plains and bottom confluence. No, I'm counting on the Blood Sun to do the work of confluence. Does my deck shuffle at all? If I put something on the bottom, I think it's just on the bottom forever. Okay, I'm going to bottom confluence, exile War Boss, and cast turn 1 Blood Sun. I think this is my best chance here. Ancient Tomb, Chrome Mox, exile War Boss. Rabblemaster is a little better. Blood Sun, help undo this mulligan a little bit. Now let's hope that their deck doesn't function. Nope, they had the Mox Diamond. No chance. Harbinger, probably getting the Reef. Or they could just be setting up Fury to make sure they don't lose to Goblin stuff. Just got Omnath. Ooh. Time to draw a white source deck. Let's do this thing. This is very close to the Dream Mull to 5. Just need a white land off the top. Yeah, they're just like, fuck your Blood Sun. I'm curving into turn 3 Omnath. See you later. Alright, white source off the top. That's not a white source. Can bring the pain, though. Here come all my creatures. They all have to attack. I imagine they'll chump Rabblemaster. They might double block it, but losing Risen Reef seems unlikely. Wow, okay. So it's Omnath time. They do need the 4th land, and they had it. Just no fetch lands. Here are my dual lands. Awesome. Omnath gets to trigger. Risen Reef triggers with it. Did, of course, hit a land. So they're going to get the Omnath effects. Okay, it didn't happen. Ooh, all right. That one actually plays. Oh, this is Omnath Locus of the Royal, not the one I thought they were playing. Okay, that's why this happened. Okay, cool. Can you beat Blood Moon too? I mean, probably. My goblins have to attack, and Risen Reef is bigger than all of them now because of this Omnath. Is that the Omnath they searched for? Okay, yeah, it is. Just making sure. My Blood Moon, it might be hurting me more than them, because they have Mox Diamond, and I have this Winota that I now have to draw one of my basic planes, and one of them's on the bottom. Cavern, because of Blood Sun, couldn't cast Winota anyway, because I don't get to pick a creature type. Yeah, I think I might be too late for Magus to matter, and after that, their creatures are just better than mine. Zenith for 4. Jeez, this is the other Omnath. Is it time? Oh no, more of the same Omnath. That's pretty good. It gets to kill something. Okay, cool. They're killing my Magus. I tricked them. Time to draw a white source. Wow, this is so cool. I love their deck. White land off the top. Let's show them who's boss. Not quite. At least it's a cantrip. Get to ram my goblins into their big creatures now. They attack for 7, which is my life total, and I lose. Yep, I'm dead. Completely outmuscled by that. I had turn 1 Bloodstone, and they just didn't care with their 4-color deck. They were just like, yeah, whatever. Mox Diamond, 3 lands that don't care about Bloodstone. GG. That's cool. Awesome deck. Cool stuff they're up to over there. GG's next round. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the draw again in this deck that really cares about being on the play, but I'm going to play my turn 1 Bloodsun, as you do. Opponents on 6. See what they're up to. Verdant Catacombs. Boy, I would have liked to catch that with Bloodsun. Oh, here's Chrome Mox. Exile Marauders. I still think that Bloodsun is the play here. It locks this City of Traders in, locks in my profits. Yeah, it's a good idea to fetch in response to that. And Bloodsun's in, and there's Chalice. That's cool. Hope their hand is mono fetch lands from here. My Cavern doesn't work anymore. Cavern is kind of funny with Bloodsun because if it's already in play, then it's already doing everything that it wants to do. Because you name a creature type as it comes in, and after that it's a mana ability. But if you're putting it into play, it loses the ability to name a creature. Oh, we're playing in Storm. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have 5 mana right now. I could Chalice on 1 and Rabblemaster. Sounds cool. So is Chalice on 1 better than Chalice on 0? Probably pretty close. 1 is Rituals and Discard. I don't care about Discard. I care about Dark Ritual. No, 0 is definitely the play, but 1 gets Veil of Summer, but I don't need to get Veil of Summer if my Chalice isn't on 0. I'm going to Chalice on 0. And then I get Seasoned Pyromancer next turn. No play past the turn. Love to see it. Here's Battlefield Forge. I'm going to play Seasoned Pyromancer pre-combat in case I draw a spell that... If I draw another Haste Goblin thing, didn't happen. That's okay. If I drew another Haste Goblin and a way to cast it, I would have wanted it pre-combat. Rabblemaster is doing the full Rabble damage. In for 6 this turn. It'll be 8, 9, 10 next turn. Not quite dead in 2. If I draw another Haste Goblin, they are dead. Storm is one of the few decks that can just make no plays for several turns, like no land drop, no play, nothing, and then you're dead. Because their hand has so many resources. Though having all of their zeros and lands turned off right now is a pretty good place to be. Oh shit, now they're dead. I'm gonna make my attack first. I don't want them to know how dead they are. Like if they do have a Chain of Vapor or something, I want it spent on my creature, not on my... I can save a damage by doing it this way. Yeah! Get out of here, Storm. On the draw against Storm now is kind of scary. I want Phyrexian Revoker. This can name Lion's Eye Diamond or Wishclaw Talisman. Thought-Knot Seer is great. Fairy Macabre probably doesn't matter. Chalice is great. Bloodsun was really good. Like, the lock pieces and fast mana are more important than the Winota combo here. Oh, I guess I cut Marauders before I cut Winotas, right? Because Winota could actually come into play and do something even without Marauder in the deck, but that's not gonna... Vice versa is not the case. Magus of the Moon does provide some disruption. Like, if I want to be on literally all disruptive cards, then Magus of the Moon should be in the deck. All right, I am gonna commit to literally all disruptive cards. And if I'm cutting my Winotas, then it doesn't matter if Magus hurts me, which it does. Oh, Scab Clan Berserker is like very clearly for Storm too. So Winota's just all the way out. Yeah, this card is the cat's ass. And probably Seasoned Pyromancer is the last cut. Here we are. This is the deck. Dealing game 1 on the draw was pretty nice though, because this matchup is going to be hard. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Just turn 2 Bloodsun doesn't seem very good. And it's not even a permanent mana source, so it doesn't curve into turn 3 Thought-Knot. I got to do better. That's better. I'm going to keep this and bottom one of the Bloodsuns. Thalia being a 2-drop is a pretty big deal. And Trinisphere is just the best card. It is awkward that Thalia makes Trinisphere and Bloodsun cost more. I'm really interested in a Chrome Mox though, or a Soul Land to speed up this situation. Get one of the better cards in faster. They mulled a 5. Backup Thalia. I'm going to play Battlefield Forge and pass. Really don't like passing the turn, but you see my hand. There's a good chance my hand won't be my hand by my next turn if they just have a Echo or a line to get Echo. This game is mostly about what they're going to respect more than what I actually have. Like if you're the Epic Storm and your non-blue opponent just goes land go, mulls to 6, keeps, goes land go, Mindbreak Trap has to be pretty high up in your mind. And just, do they want to play around that? Can they play around that? Wish Claws in play now, okay. Soul Land to jam Trinisphere would be great. Didn't happen, that's alright. Cavern on Human is the play. Here's Thalia. It's definitely gonna bother them. And drawing a Soul Land still helps because I get to jam these additional block pieces. 2 mana Ponder, take that. Then I have like Revoker, I can draw, turn off Wishclaw Talisman, that's pretty good. Any of the Rabblemasters, the Goblins are good here, just add pressure. Simian Spirit Guide gets Trinisphere into play. Magus of the Moon off the top, just puts them down to Lotus Petal for non-red mana. Did not shuffle their Ponder. How about something helpful? Oh, fuck yeah. Sign me up for this shit. Even a human. Berserker. Time to go Berserk. They're going to take 4 right now. Their spells cost more and hurt them. When this is renowned, if your opponent casts a non-creature spell, they take 2. And it's now renowned. Then I can Trinisphere next turn. And they beat this. They kept their Ponder and they have Wishclaw, so they have stuff they can do. They have lots of choices here. Just gotta hope my squeezy permanents are too good. 1 mana Lion's Eye Diamond, take 2. Ooh, are they passing right now? That's bad for them. I'm gonna put Trinisphere into play on top of all this other shit. In for 5. They go to 8. Their spells go from costing... Oh yeah, this is huge, because the zeros cost 3 as well. Bang. Can I get a scoop? Scoop. Curving Hateful Permanent straight up the curve. They do have a lot of mana, but I don't think it's enough. And my permanents are different types of things. They can't just like Burning Wish for the thing that destroys all artifacts or whatever. Because I have creatures and artifacts, red cards, white cards, X1s, X3s. They just tanked for a really long time and cast Dark Ritual. I'm excited to see where this goes. Dark Ritual is mana neutral. Yeah, so they just like turned blue-white 5-color into black and lost 2 damage, gain 1 storm, and then conceded. Yeah, that's how we like to do that. All right, on to the next round. Finally won a die roll in round number 4. This is a mulligan, but that's okay. We know what we signed up for. Going to 5. Well, okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna put Battlefield Forge and I think Cavern on the bottom. Like, what do I even name with Cavern? And Cavern doesn't cast Blood Sun anyway. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna curve Chalice into either Threat or Blood Sun, depending on what my opponent shows me. It's nice to be on the play, because I would feel pretty bad about this on the draw. I don't love it on the play either. Like, obviously, mulling to 5 sucks. But this would be much worse on the draw, when they already did stuff. Folding turn, go. Like that. I could play Thalia around Daze and just try to cheese through this. Yeah, I think I actually like that a lot. I'm going to play Thalia, play around Daze, and then I can War Boss next turn, bring the beats. Thalia keeps Chalice relevant for longer, because now if they have a 1-drop, they have to spend all their mana just to get a counter, and then they can't cast 2s. Thalia can attack through Baleful Strix if that's what they're doing. Is this Doomsday? They suspended Profane Tutor. Wow. Big fan. Pretty tired of drawing Marauders. TBH. Anyway, here's some damage. Well, my plan is clear. Let's just see if we can do it before whatever this combo is happens. Profane Tutor will cost 1 when it comes off suspend because of Thalia. So they have to budget for that. They're sinking some artifacts into play now. All right, more gobbling. Here's my plan. One of us is dead this turn. Time to find out who it is. They're fetching in response to the Rabble Daddy. Okay, dazing it makes some sense. No, I will not pay 1 for that. I can't, as you see. Back with all my creatures. I get to mentor one of the goblin tokens. All right, here we are. Lethal's on board, and they have a Profane Tutor coming off suspend with a bunch of mana available. But I do have Thalia and Chalice. They have to navigate both of those things. They chose not to cast Profane Tutor. Okay. Didn't need it. That was either a misclick or I'm terrified because their hand just already beats what I'm doing. It seems like Profane Tutor is exactly the kind of thing you want. Alright, they're just dead. We'll never know if that was a misclick or if they just can't get there. It looks like I'm doing the same thing as last round. If my opponent has Lion's Eye Diamond in their deck, there's not a whole lot of choices left that I'm given. I didn't see if Fairy Macabre is going to matter in this matchup, so I'm just going to assume it doesn't. Do I want 4 Blood Sun or 4 Old Pyromancer? I know I cut a Pyromancer last time, but I'm thinking Blood Sun might be better. Just getting more looks at my cards that matter. Is that a thing? Or is just having the hateful thing always more important? I think on the draw I'll cut a Blood Sun, and on the play I'll flip them back. Because Blood Sun on the draw is a lot worse than on the play. Yeah, this rules. Keep it. I'm probably going to play Chalice on 0, unless they dump all their zeros right now. Though that doesn't speed up my Scab Clan Berserker. I was thinking Chalice on 0 in order to be able to berserk faster, but unless I find a Chrome Mox or a Spirit Guide, Scab Clan can't come down till turn 3 anyway. Okay, I'm gonna Chalice on 1. Dark Ritual has to be in this deck somewhere, I imagine. I don't know. Chalice on 0 gets all their mana and the Profane Tutor, though. I'm definitely susceptible to the Brewer's Advantage here. Alright, didn't have to choose. Here it is. And then next turn I can Berserk. Do they have like Hurkyl's Recall or something to clear these? Land number 3. Getting Doomsdayed? What's going on here? Okay, it is Doomsday. They need to come up with a pile that beats Chalice on 0 and 1, though I haven't pressured them at all. Let's hope that the Scab Clan changes that. So they are just like a kind of weird Doomsday list. They're going to go to 9 when Doomsday resolves. And then I hit them with Scab Clan, they go to 7. And then they can cast 3 spells to win the game. They can win the game if it's 3 spells, and if they pass the turn, they just die because Scab Clan hits them again. They could also Force of Will. My Scab Clan Berserker and have all the time in the world. But if they had Force, I feel like they probably would have hit one of my Chalices. So if they have a Doomsday pile that doesn't care, then they wouldn't do that. 1, 2, here comes the Berserker. I can't cast the other Chalice because I already have Chalice on 0. It'll counter it. Okay, time to Berserk. All right, let's find out who's dead. It's one of us. Edge of Autumn, Great Wraith. Yeah, okay, this works. Oh, maybe I'm just supposed to jam Chalice on 2. Like, fuck a Scab Clan Berserker. Yeah, okay, yeah, I messed that up. If I just Chalice on 2, then they can't cast their Oracle. Alright. Nice one, Brian. Live and learn. That's why we play 3 games. I think Blood Sun is probably better than Seasoned Pyromancer on the play. And here we go. Back in with this deck. This is a turn 1 Thalia, but that's all it is. Like, it literally just lands after that. Is that good enough? Don't think so. Every draw in my deck's pretty much a banger after that, but don't think it's keepable. I'm gonna ship it. This is more my speed. I'm gonna keep this and send Seasoned Pyromancer to the bottom. I'm gonna Chalice on 1 and Chalice on 0, and then I have Thought Not Seer coming up quick. Here's Chalice for 1. Cycle Street Wraith in response. Resolves. Chalice for 0 also resolves. Let's go. And my Chrome Moxen are dead now, but the City of Traders or Simian Spirit Guide gets a Thought Knot into play immediately. War Boss also pretty good. Now any land off the top gets Thought Knot Seer in the zone. Yeah, this is kind of the nuts. There's not a lot of bad draws in my deck right now. Like, I can jam any 3-drop and any mana source cast Thought Knot. It's like Chrome Mox is a bad draw or another Thought Knot. Alright, nice. Yep, just continue jamming 3-drops. Put them to the test here. Doomsday really needs its life total as a resource, and I'm going to try to deny them that. Mentor the Goblin in for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they're dead on board, especially if they cast Doomsday. So they have to go off all at once right now, and they couldn't do it. All right, another rousing endorsement for prison decks against combo. On to the final round. On the draw, of course, in the final round, I'm going to keep this hand. It's mildly disruptive with the Thalia. I can Thalia into Rabblemaster, into Old Pyromancer. Just got better. I'm going to play my Plateau and pass the turn. I'm going to go for it here. I'm going to turn 2 Rabble, turn 3 Winota. This is regrettably soft to basically everything, though. I could take my time and sculpt a Thalia line. Oh, JK, nope. Well, please put in something I can beat. I guess I put in Winota and then cast Rabblemaster next turn. Well, if I knew about this, I would have Caverned on Goblin instead. Oh, Cavern on Goblin. Don't mind if I do. Exile Simian Spirit Guide. I don't even think there's anything I can do here, but I am going to do it. It's going to get done. I wish I had the Agent of Treachery, the Steely guy. What do we got? Come on. Nothing. Tried so hard. Well, they do have to beat me this turn. However, I did just give them 7 life to work with. Show and tell, huh? I have basically no plan for this deck. I need them to brick on a draw 28, basically. This is where they cast Sneak Attack and put Emrakul into play, and I lose super cleanly. Okay. Here comes Emrakul. And I don't know about you, but I'm taking 22. Scab Clan Berserker is probably involved here. Phyrexian Revoker can name Grizzlebrand or Sneak Attack. Thought Not Seer comes in. This is basically what I got for this matchup. Thalia is fine. Blood Sun seems really dangerous, actually, because they're a City of Traders deck also. Trinisphere is medium. Ugh, I don't like any of this. Is Chalice even good? And Trinisphere does stop Omniscience from doing stuff. You can slow down all their fast mana. I think Seasoned Pyromancer is probably not the play here. I'm going to cut all those. I'm bringing in a bunch of non-humans. I don't need to cut all those. Only need to cut 3 of them. Bringing in a bunch of non-humans and 1 human or 2 humans. I'm not going to cut the Winota because I think I am going to have to smash this deck. I'm not going to be able to prison them out completely like you can with normal Storm. Okay. I can turn 1 Simian Spirit Guide, turn 2 Winota. No, I can't because I need the Spirit Guide to be the Winota. I can turn 1 Thought-Knot Seer. I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I think I'm going to just turn 1 Thought-Knot Seer and hope to survive for 2 turns until Winota can arrive. Opponent's on 6. That's good news. Spirit Guide, Thought-Knot Seer. Let's have a look. Force pitching Preordain. You got me. Force Wheel feels a lot less bad when you're getting a 3-for-1 out of it. Scabby, Berserkos. I name human with this. Regrettable. I need a land here. Not a land, but I will cast it. Hope this hurts them more than it hurts me. Though it's probably going to be close. They're fetching. The most important card in their deck also costs 3 or 4. There's Sneak Attack. This is not a human. Alright, well, I'm dead. This matchup is heinous. Like, completely ridiculously bad. Oh, they don't seem to have a monster. I'll take that. Not that I really have a follow-up plan. They shuffled that Ponder. How about a mana source? Come on. Another land. How about a land for me? Yes, she's here. Red. Do I think that Rabbling or Scabbing is going to do more for me? I think it's Rabbling, because I can Winota next turn and really try to bring the ruckus. Yeah, that's the fastest way to win this game. Miss for 1 more turn. Miss for a turn. Miss for a turn. Give me a chance. Preordain. Bottom. Show me the bottom. They top bottomed, but they didn't do anything. City of Traders. All right, Winota's going to get 3 triggers here. Let's go. It's time. No. Bricked. Okay. Here we go. I see multiple things in this hand. I want Berserker, I think. Berserker's in. And can we get a Marauders? Wow. Did I board out that many humans? The deck did what it was supposed to do and still didn't do anything. Oh, fuck. And you had Grizzlebrand? Oh, Simian Spirit Guide. Sure. That can trade with that. Oh, I would have traded with Scabclan, but it's your life to live. Okay. Let's miss for another turn. Oh, no. Brainstorm. Miss. Woo. Oh. Nice fucking deck. I didn't do anything for 3 turns and they still lost. That's why I hate Sneak Attack. But, game 3 on the line. Now what am I going to do? Did I really board out that many humans? I cut 3 humans and brought in 2. Yeah, is the hit rate really that bad or am I just that unlucky? I missed 3 of my last 4 Winota triggers. It seems pretty unlikely, but it did happen. All right. Gonna stop worrying about that, and this is still the best plan that I have. Hope that the show and tell opponent hits their fail rate is a reasonable plan. It's the best plan I've got, though. This is another turn 1 Thought-Knot Seer, and this can actually cast a follow-up spell. I'm gonna keep again. I think I have to do some like crazy cheese bullshit to win this matchup, and that's what I'm gonna do. Preordain. If I find just a red source, this game gets pretty nice too, because I can follow up Rabblemaster. Okay, maybe I revoke her on 1, and then I can, or no, I don't need to revoke. I'm just gonna Rabble on 1, start the pressure, and then I can Thought-Knot next turn. Okay, I think this is a better line. There's a chance that I just lose to show and tell here, but that's okay. I still think this line is the one that makes the most sense. Okay, they're just shipping. I'm gonna attack first. I don't want them to know what my follow-up is when they make any decisions in this combat step. So they're fetching something. What are they doing now that they wouldn't have done before I got to make a goblin? Okay, yeah, so they played that wrong for sure. And here's Thought-Knot Seer. It's in there. They have Sneak Attack, Show and Tell, Emrakul, Brainstorm. So they are ready to roll. I have to take the Emrakul. So if I take the Sneak and they cast Show and Tell, I lose. Yeah, I pretty clearly just take Emrakul here. All right, Emrakul's out. That's a scary hand. Brainstorm, pretty good card. If they find a if they find a monster, they can still show and tell this turn. They could also show Sneak, but showing Sneak sucks because I can show Revoker. Well, they made their land. All right, I'm gonna put in Revoker. All right, I get to name Grizzlebrand, and at least they don't get to draw cards. So I'm gonna have to power through this thing somehow, which I'm not convinced I'm actually capable of doing. Cavern on Human is pretty good here. Cavern on Human puts what, Thalia into play and sets up Winota. Do I have lethal? If they attack, I can't attack now. If they attack, put me to 7. There, yeah. I have to cast Thalia here and get set up to draw Winota next turn. That's the only play that I have. Time to draw Winota. I have 1 turn. They should definitely attack me, by the way. Preordain action. They bottomed. Yep. They are putting me to the test, which is what they should do here. Time to draw Winota. This is the last draw step of the entire league. Rub your hands together. Drum roll. Aww. Okay, they're at 22. Let's count. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite. Not 22. All right. GG. That matchup is horrendous. You could probably do something with it if you like. You could put Containment Priest in this deck. We are a white deck with Cavern on Human anyway. Could play some Red Blast, but that's a non-bow with Chalice. Containment Priest, also bad with Winota. Okay. No. It seems like a lot of the things that would hurt that deck also hurt our deck. So in summation for this deck, we went 2 and 3. The 2 matches that we won were against spell-based combo decks where we boarded out the Winota thing and prisoned them with like normal red prison cards. And Winota missed on 3 of 5 triggers that we got out of her this league. And that's rough. I feel like the strength of this deck exists in the red prison shell, which I was honestly pretty impressed with. It's obviously a deck I'm aware of. It's not a deck I've played a whole lot of, but the having turn 3 to do something stupid on turn 1 plan is really good. As far as trying to shoehorn Winota in here, it makes the mana worse. It makes your payoffs more awkward. It makes you draw Angrass Marauders some amount of the time. And I think you'd be better off just playing red prison. However, Winota is a lot of fun. We can see the explosiveness of it. We did have that one game where I got to Winota for 3 off of the Rabblemaster. It didn't end the game like it was supposed to, but it was a lot of fun. I can see why this would appeal to somebody. Though it seems like if you want to be Winota-ing people, you should probably be doing it in Pioneer or whatever format. Whatever the smallest format it's still legal is, because it does not really hang in Legacy, regrettably. That is my final thought on this. This was a lot of fun to play. Unfortunately, I cannot endorse it moving forward. King of the Depths, thank you for sharing this with me. Everybody, please remember to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, all of those things that help boost it, help other people see it. If you want to support the channel even more, there's Patreon and YouTube membership. Go check those out. If you want me to play your decks, that's how you do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.